We're here at YogaSix in Macedonia, the new yoga studio in town. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Drew.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Drew, and I moved here from Charlotte, North Carolina with my wife about 3 months ago for this opportunity. First location is here where we're standing in Macedonia Commons, and it's one of 3 with the local owners, Dan Southern and Kristen Gantorn. The corporate parent is the same company that is behind CycleBar, Pure Barre, Club Pilates. So there's more than 430s ready to roll out across the country. This is Exponential Fitness is the corporate parent, local franchise, and yeah, this is their yoga arm this year. They're putting them out.
Wow, great. So you guys were already ready to expand at some point.
Yeah. So Dan and Kristen, the owners, signed on to get the territory of the east side of Cleveland. So the next one, I believe, will be in the Highland Heights area.
Oh, okay.
Third one, I don't know yet. You'll have to get with Dan and Chris on that.
Okay.
It's not letting the cat out of the bag yet.
So what makes YogaSix different?
So YogaSix, just by its name, has the 6 different class types, including the 101, which is the basics. So if you've never done yoga before, you want your entry into it, that's the one for you. We have the Restore class, which is relaxing, and I like to go to bed right after I do it. Then we have a class called Hot. Is hot. It gets up to 105 degrees with a relative humidity of 40% in all of our classes. And that's the only one on our schedule that has the same signature series of poses. So that makes that unique. If you like routine, that's the one for you. We have the Power Vinyasa class, which basically means you're linking your breath with your movement. And the Slow Flow is just a toned down version of that. But the wild card on our schedule for a yoga studio is the Sculpt and Flow, which is people say it's like a HIIT class, so it's a combination of weights, cardio, and yoga all tuned into one. What makes us different is not only how gorgeous these facilities are, which I'm sure you'll get plenty of shots, but we have the lighting which changes color inside the studio, so the teacher, it's not like a nightclub, but it changes probably 2 to 3 times in a class, and it sets the ambiance of the intended mood. We have the different aromas that are on our cool towels that are given to you on a tray. You just saw me rolling them after the class. The sound system is phenomenal, and the flooring actually has a little bit of padding. It looks like a wood floor, but it has 3 inches of something. I heard it's like a Broadway floor, whatever that means.
Okay.
Yeah, did I sell it to you?
Yeah, cool. Well, you already sold it to me. I mean, I took my first class yesterday, and I really liked it. I mean, I've done some yoga, and this is different. It's, I said, for people that don't understand yoga or haven't been to yoga, I was talking to your owner who said this is more on the athletic spectrum of yoga versus like the super zen, just chilling out, but you've got kind of everything in between there too. So it's kind of nice that you can appeal to people on different levels.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people who are told that yoga would be good for them by their doctor or their their partner or fill in the blank, they believe it, but they don't know where to start. So they go to any bunch of places, and they have to wait till they find the one that's for them. And unfortunately, many times they take their first yoga class, it doesn't work out, and they write off yoga for the rest of their lives because to them that's it, that's yoga. And I would tell anyone that does that, give it another shot. Like, even if you come here, if this doesn't work out for you here, first of all, we have 6 classes, you can take 5 other classes, but if it didn't work out for you here, don't write off yoga, because at the root of this all is still yoga, no matter how you slice and dice it. So.
Oh yeah, and your teachers are trained by you to do, specifically, so you can kind of go to different studios and get kind of the same feel for everything. That's what I was hearing.
So that was interesting. Being the general manager, all of the teachers that we hired are certified yoga instructors teaching in other places, but before they're actually brought on, and we give them a provisional offer of employment, they have to do 3 days of training with YogaSix master trainer from California from 9 to 5. One day was on a Friday. Some people have to take off work, but that's how much they wanted to work here. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I gotta ask people to do this. Like, are they gonna do it? But they do it because they see the opportunity and they like what we're doing here.
That's great. So tell me what yoga meant to you in your life. I heard you've got a story behind yoga and what it did for you.
Yeah, so in 2001, I was living on Long Island, where I'm originally from, and I went through a couple things. My dad suddenly passed of a heart attack on September 6th, and then of course September 11th, and I went through a bunch of other things. I won't get into that, but the long story short is that I got suggested yoga to calm myself down and to make better decisions. I kind of ballooned up. I was eating my depression, anxiety away from everything that was going on. And I was in a Taekwondo studio, and he introduced us to meditation. The gentleman who owned that studio or dojo, I forget even what you call it,
Yeah,
but
dojo.
the dojo. He suggested that I try yoga. He introduced the meditation. So I did. It wasn't really. It wasn't like it is now. Like in 2001, yoga was not like it is now. Like I went to a studio that was nothing like this, but something about it resonated with me, and I just kept going until I, became a teacher, and I owned a couple of studios at one point, and and here we are with the biggest yoga franchise in the world, and it's great. It's a great thing happening.
Well, that's great. That's great.
And I lost 60 pounds. I forgot to tell you. I ballooned
up.
up.
I was going to say, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I left that part out. Yeah, the yoga, I started taking hot yoga like we have here, and the weight flew off in addition to, getting my body detoxed and making better decisions that yoga was good for me, water was good for me, electrolytes are good for me, and Little Vinny's Pizza 3 nights a week at midnight was not so good.
Well, I think there's something about yoga, and when my husband and I started doing it, we were kind of in that same space of like not making great choices, there's food-wise, life-wise, and it really kind of centers you, because I think you're in there by yourself, and it's a very personal thing you're doing. Yeah. It's together with people, but you have to kind of focus on yourself, which we don't get the opportunity to do most of the time.
No, it's great. It's just you and your mat. Like now that I'm up here, I mean, I still teach here like one time a week, but I don't get to practice that much because I'm happy to do it, but I'm running the business of it right now. When I do get to take a class here, it's just putting my head down. The third eye down in child's pose calms. It actually causes a natural reaction in your body to calm down as soon as you put your head down. I'll never get tired of that. It's like a reset button.
When I took yours, I just said to you, I wasn't prepared for the warmth, but I liked it, and it was warm, but it was like cozy warm. But there's, like I said, there's a scent in the air, there's the lighting, it's very soft and soothing. And then they give you these great cold towels when you walk out the door that feel awesome, which is great. And it kind of wakes you up a little bit. But it wasn't, I know when you say the heat, you said like 105, that's the hot yoga
That's the
class.
Hottest class, it's just called hot. If you're coming to hot, you know you went to hot.
Yeah. But the other ones are warm, but it kind of is part of the whole relaxing, getting centered kind of thing, I think.
If you love it, you can't live without it, and you can't practice yoga any other way because it just will not be the same. For some people, it's not for them, and that's okay, right? Like everyone's different, but if you love it, and there's a lot of people that love hot yoga, especially with the 40% humidity mixed in, because that makes it like a blanket of warmth, not so harsh, it's dry. So think of the weather we have outside most of the time. No sun, it's cold.
Oh, I came in here on a really cold day and I dressed a little too warm for it. So I noted, wear a little less clothes, which would be good. But I'm looking forward to trying that. I think it would be interesting to try. I have not gone to that route yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, the 6 different classes, and we have the flow water machine. Bring your water bottle. You can fill up with some fancy schmancy water that we have. Apparently everyone likes it, so we won't leave you dehydrated here.
Good. So you've got places to put your clothes. You've got places to lock your things up if you like. So somebody's already out here, so it's not like somebody's coming in and taking your stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I used to have a couple of yoga studios, and if I had a wish list, they would look like this with the resources, but I didn't. But I'm happy to be here, and reiterating on what I was saying before, I would have to turn a sign that says be back in an hour when the class started, because I couldn't always have a front desk person. We don't do that here. There's always someone at the front desk, even if it's me filling in. We have the lockers and the cubbies, and everything's safe and secure. It's taking a lot of things to another level in terms of yoga.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So tell me, how do you like being in Northeast Ohio and in Macedonia?
I like it, Like I said, I moved here with my wife. She's originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, so everyone's like, man, you're from Long Island originally, so the cold is okay with you, but this is her first foray out of Charlotte, and she likes it. Everyone's like, yeah, talk to her in a couple of months. So far, we say she still likes it though. So, and we like the city, we like the people, we like the food. A million things to do, so much diversity, and like 30-minute drives each way. It's really fascinating. I wouldn't have known. I knew nothing about Ohio before I came here, so it's great to learn every day.
I'm always glad to hear when people are pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
You know, you hear bad things, but when you come, I think most people that I've ever known that have moved up here are like, wow, I had no idea. This is actually so much better than I thought it would be, which is a great thing. We're kind of like a little hidden gem nobody knows about, so
it's
so
great. I love it. It reminds me a lot about like this area that we're in right now, and other areas, but since we're staying in Macedonia, it reminds me of Long Island, where I grew up in so many ways. So Charlotte didn't. Charlotte's transplanty. This is more rooted.
Yeah,
You know?
this is a lot more rooted. You find people that have been born and raised here, and
Yeah, and you
stuff,
can get real
choose to live
bagels
here.
and Italian food.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is,
you can. Yes, you can.
There's not just
Yes,
like one
you can.
place. There's a lot, so that's
Yeah,
great. And they're
good.
here and they own it. You know, that's nice.
Good.
So.
Good. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, my
I
pleasure.
can't wait to take my next classes, and I wish you guys lots of luck.
Oh.
And you should get in and try it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.